How am I supposed to build out of moss if the Endermen are just gonna keep taking it? Give me that back. Uh-oh. There. Hey, welcome back to Command Block Survival, where I have been hesitant to even place a block on this volcano. This is gonna be a dormant volcano eventually, because any amount of shaping or placing I do could just get removed by an Enderman later. And unlike regular landscape, this is probably only going to be one thick or so Enderman can really wreck it. Now, I have tried to solve this problem before using anger. He gets angry at the Endermite, and then there's a command block situation that teleports him once he reaches this point. And that teleports him to right above the end portal, which is why there's so many Endermen here. And you can see there's more holding moss blocks. And the idea was, if I make them angry, they can't pick up a block. That's wrong. So obviously we have to do something about that if we want our moss blocks to be safe. Oh, side note, I think it was 1.21.5 that changed fall distance slightly. That's why I had to raise my Enderman farm up just a little bit, because they were actually dying when they got all the way down. And I think it has to do with some, I want to say rounding errors or something. It was some weird behavior that I think they made more consistent, but it actually changed the distance ever so slightly. Just a heads up if you have fall damage farms. Anyways, let's go take a look at what we're gonna do to solve this. So my basic idea is this. Give them something else instead of the moss. So these are all the blocks that Enderman can pick up. And there's actually a lot of interesting stuff here. There's like fungus, there's the crimson grass, which I didn't know you could actually put on like regular dirt blocks. That's new to me. There's dirt, of course, podzol. We have the nyliums. I don't know if they can actually do jack-o'-lanterns that are lit, but they definitely can do regular pumpkins. Sand, they can pick up cactus. I didn't know that. I find it very surprising. But here's the craziest thing. They can pick up TNT. If you ever want a slightly over the line prank, just make an Enderman spawn location and just put a bunch of TNT blocks there. And they'll just like teleport around the world and slap down TNT. Yeah, so the main issue is that the Enderman has a chance of placing whatever it is we give it, right? It won't be able to pick up the moss, but it definitely can place the thing. So we'll probably, what? I don't do it on purpose. I'm just dumb. I don't, oh. So this is the system that, oh boy. I forget, does it give you all the drops? Oh no, this sign had positions on it. Oh boy. Why did I get multiple moss blocks? Oh boy. That's not good. I don't know where this repeater goes, because I don't actually think it goes there. You see this little torch? That was the cause of that explosion there. And I'm not sure where it goes. It might go there. Probably goes there. I should check what's in here. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of blocks here. Just cycle through and make sure they don't despawn. Oh boy, what a mess. That system, by the way, is triggered by this trapdoor. It shows me which items are where. This is a chest selector system, so I can actually go back and forth. But I have to know which chest is where. Yeah, you can see the system. That thing running in the background is for this. It keeps it updated with all the correct little icons and stuff. Definitely don't want that broken. And I think to fix that, we'll just do that. That should prevent any TNT from getting triggered. By the way, in case it isn't obvious, don't prank your friends that are redstoners, because they may very well have redstone torches that the Enderman placed the TNT by that explodes their whole base, and they will not be happy with you. Wait, that didn't get touched by the explosion. Why is that wrong? I just messed that up. I guess this is a convenient time to say I updated the Shulker Lift 4, my jetpack thing. It actually cancels momentum properly. Just boom, stops perfectly. And I also updated it to take more durability damage because it wasn't taking durability damage. I think I put in the stuff wrong. Anyway, it's a better trade-off now. And speaking of trade-offs, whichever block we pick to give to the Enderman, we're going to need to actually get that block. We're not just going to teleport it into existence. But before we decide, I need to know some stuff about how... Oh, I can't place that. Well, time to make a mess. There we go. Oh, you can place it if there's something above it. Okay, so they pick it up, but here's the thing. I need to know if their rules for placing are the same as ours. So can they place that cactus anywhere, or does it need to be on sand, you know, in this location? And while I'm waiting to see if he'll place it, let's just get some data here, because we might change this manually. Carried block state. So you can have the properties and then you just have the name. Carried block state, and that's capital with no spaces. Okay, camel case. Gotcha. So I've been here like quite a while and he has not placed it, which makes me think he does have the same rules, because if he picks this spot and he's like, oh, cactus can't be placed there, then it... Actually, an easy way to test is just introduce another Enderman. No, stop falling. Stop falling. Stop. Wait. See, that's what I mean. They're just always picking up stuff they shouldn't be. Stop. So now we have an Enderman with a cactus and one with a dirt block. And if the one with the dirt block places it way before the cactus guy, then they're probably limited to the same rules we are, which will definitely help. Oh, yes. Okay, he did place the dirt block. Wow, that took a long time. You know what I'm realizing? This is a good idea, like really good. They hang on to those things like toddlers hanging on to their favorite toy. So if we replace it with something, we're not going to have to worry about them stealing moss blocks for a long time. And there we go, confirmation. He could have placed it anywhere, places it on the sand. Okay, so I built like a little mini system here. It just detects for an Enderman that isn't holding something. And right now we're just going to teleport that Enderman to us so we can test something. Yeah, so you can see I turned this thing off. He doesn't get instantly teleported. So what we're going to do is we are going to give him a block. And we'll just give him the cactus to start. Okay, very good. So I was thinking about it, and we've been thinking of the Endermen as these antagonistic enemies. Like, oh, we got to solve them. We got to make sure they can't place any blocks. We got to make sure, shut them down, get them out of here, you know, whatever. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, wait, what do they want to do? They want to place blocks. What if we just gave them blocks that we wanted placed around? Maybe like flowers. And the added bonus too, whoops, that should be name. I don't know what this thing is called. Is it Poppy? That's not the right name, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. So now he can wander around the island and put the flower somewhere if he wants to. Let's just undistract him real quick. There we go. Okay, now he's chill. So we can let him walk around and presumably just place the flower wherever he wants. And look at that. He can participate in making the island look better. And you'll notice this started triggering as soon as he let go of it. So we can actually just give him another flower. But the thing is, you know, where are we getting these flowers from, right? If I were to run this command, this is basically popping a poppy into existence. So we need to create a trade-off so that it's fair to give the Enderman a poppy in the first place. Or else that happens and he takes blocks. Okay, we need to set this up soon. Uh-oh. So we can take an item from here, like say rotten flesh, and we can run data modify on the Enderman and pull it from this slot. So it can put the actual ID of rotten flesh into the Enderman. This would actually be flowers, but I don't have any in my inventory. The problem is that we can't handle it if it's in the second slot instead of the first slot. Because if we want to remove one, we have to specify a specific slot number. So if we're, you know, removing one and then removing one and then removing one, it just breaks at this point. Unless we can figure out how to get the baked potatoes, no matter what slot they're in, into the first slot. Oh, wait a second. Hey, let's see. If we change the slot number of the last, let's try and get the last item. If we say items -1, does it give us the potato? Yeah, see slot 4B right there? We can change that. Dot slot. And then just set this value to always be 0. What if there's more than one item in there? Yes. Okay, so we can test if that slot's empty, and then we can just function on the first one. Okay, that is very cool. That is very cool. Although I suppose maybe it would make more sense if we pull the first item into the slot, so it actually goes from left to right. So if we just do 0, that should be the first one. Does that pull the zombie flesh? Yes, it does. Okay, cool. Now I do actually want to have 2 sets of items here for the trade-off, and that could get a little confusing. So there's a neat little trick where if you name the chest or the hopper or whatever, flowers, flowers, flowers. And then the other side is all ender pearls. So it's like the ender pearls are going to be how we teleport the item to the enderman. So that's going to be the trade-off for that teleportation. And then the flower will be the trade-off for the actual, flower that they can physically place in the world. Now, believe it or not, the logic is actually pretty easy to set up here. That took me like, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So we can swap this to repeat. We're going to leave it on needs redstone because that is always a good idea. If something goes wrong, you want a lever that you can flick. We're not going to leave these command blocks here. Oops. This shouldn't be flowers. I was like, there's definitely ender pearls in there. There we go. Just no flowers. Okay. But really that brings us to our next part of the episode. I want to make a flower farm. And I honestly have no idea what kind to make. Every area has different flowers that grow there. So like we get dandelions here. But maybe instead of the easy way out, we look for what flower looks the best. Orange tulips. Orange is my favorite color. So I definitely am like, orange is on the list. But I wonder if blue ones would look better. No, no, no. The best flower can't be the blue orchid. But it looks good on the moss and on the regular grass. See, the problem is that blue orchids, let's place some dirt in the swamp here. If I remember correctly, blue orchids only... Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, I need to do that around my base. I didn't know you could directly bone meal. That is completely irrelevant to the episode, but so relevant to me. Okay, we need grass block. Problem with blue orchids. Oh, look at that. They grow in the swamp. I wonder what other kinds of flowers grow here. I'll give you a hint. The answer is only blue orchids. If it was a different biome, we could grow, a couple different kinds of flowers for the Enderman to plant. Why did it have to be blue orchids? Wait a second, if we do it at the edge here, we get blue orchids, and then it crosses over into the plains, and we get some plains flowers. Cornflower. If only there was like a flower forest that bordered on the swamp. That would be extremely convenient. No way. That's the swamp. This is the flower forest. It doesn't border, but... Well, hello. They're twins. The wiki said that flowers can generate in a 15 by 15 by 5 area centered on the bone meal. But like, seems kind of like overkill. I mean, there's like one grass that shows up way over there. Most of it is centered 1, 2, 3. There's like a 7 by 7 or so. Well, as per usual, I made up my own flower farm design, and boy is it janky. It's just a basic shake the ground type of farm. Right now the bone meal isn't getting triggered because I'm using a hopper to turn it on. But I need to set up the item collection system, and I was having a lot of trouble with this until I came up with this spiral pattern here. Minecarts are always interesting to me because sometimes their solutions are just so strange. Like, to fill up all of this stuff, you pretty much have to spiral pattern it. Oh wait, that's gonna get caught in an infinite loop, isn't it? Oh, wait, it starts coming back the other direction. Just like I intended. It must have to do with the whole north-south weirdness that I don't understand, probably. That way is south, so maybe it prefers to go south instead of north. Not sure, not sure. All right. That's working just as it should. Okay, so now I have an actual lever hooked up. We only have, I think, 6 bone meal, so hopefully I have the timings right. I hear it triggering. It only used 1 bone meal. So the dispenser isn't synced up with the block pushing. What if I delay the bone meal until after these have both triggered? That's a flower farm. So you'll notice we're mostly getting the blue orchids and then the yellow ones, but we get some other ones. There was actually, oh yeah, there's an oxeye daisy over there. Oh, there's a couple of red flowers there too. So it's a decent mix. Oh, yep, cornflowers too. Yeah, so we're getting a decent amount. We're not getting any of the tulips because this isn't a tulip spot. I couldn't find a single tulip spot, which is like a special thing, I guess. So here's the distribution for 1 stack of bones, 3 stacks of bone meal. We have almost 2 stacks of dandelions, 3 of the blue orchids, a little bit of red. These other 4 are more rare. But that's a lot of flowers just for 1 stack of bones. I mean, I have plenty more, so we're definitely going to be rolling in flowers here pretty quick. And so in total, we have a full shulker box of flowers. I'm going to put the lily of the valley that I found first, just because it is, whoa, 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 whoa. Never mind. I thought the system was sucking them up. Oh, that scared me a little bit. All right, let's try and vary these a little bit. No elements. Wait, so it found the entity, but not... Oh, this should be name. So it sets the name of the thing it's holding from the ID of the actual item. You know, in thinking about flowers, when I was looking at the list, torch flowers are actually on the list of A, small flowers, which is what Enderman can hold, and B, we're farming the seeds because these sniffers... Ah yes, the Endermen have taken so many moss blocks. Okay, we'll repair that. I want to see how these flowers look, specifically like in this context. Oh, I like that a lot. The purple with the azalea. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have made a flower farm. Maybe I should just use the torch flower farm. Wowza. Well, I like those a lot. Okay, we're definitely putting all these in. Hey, that's cool though. Now we have a use for these. They were like an unfortunate byproduct while I was trying to get the pitcher pods, but now they're actually worth planting. Okay. The ender pearls was there. Oh, they're checking for the wrong box. I must have copied and pasted the flower one and then never adjusted it. 3 went to 2. All right. And look at that. There's an Enderman holding a lily of the valley that it's going to set somewhere. Now that the Endermen aren't going to steal it. Excellent. Gonna need some more moss blocks. Oh look, more moss blocks. All right, so we turned the Enderman from enemy into ally. That's pretty cool. I like that they're gonna just be placing the flowers around the island. I actually kind of wish I could like see it happen or something, but oh look, he's holding the flower. Look at all these little Enderman spots. I had this area cleaned up and then they came back here and I just gave up cleaning up this area because I was like, I don't know what's going on. Even in my to-do book, you can see Enderman still picking up blocks before teleporting. But that is solved. Look at this. I have never placed a blue orchid here. I was hoping to catch an Enderman in the actual act, but this works. I changed the message. So it says Enderman was given a blue orchid, or, you know, whatever flower they're given. I also am deciding to re-enable this because it has a really cool effect that I like. I like it when the Endermen like walk through and boom, you know, they get teleported. But it won't teleport them from anywhere. They have to actually be like within eyesight of the Endermite and then walk towards them. We're not going to artificially anger them anymore. But now that the Endermen are placing flowers instead of dirt and moss blocks, we can actually go and work on the dormant volcano. Oh, look at that. Enderman was given a Minecraft blue orchid. There's actually supposed to be a glowing effect. Oh yeah, you can see it. It's very short. It's only 15 seconds. Oh, it's gone now. Well, yeah, so the effect just it's probably temporary just for this episode, but I just wanted to like be able to see, oh, you know, that Enderman's over there, that Enderman's over there. But anyway, last time we worked on the volcano, we were working on the tunnel. We did sort of this part and I expanded it, so the rest of this is sort of shaped out. There's not really details, but for this next part, I want to work with what's on top. And I missed. What's on top of the tunnel. So that is going to be a walkway basically, but we don't want it to look like a walkway. So it's going to slowly slope up. You can see this gentle slope here and into this flat walkway. So how's this for a gentle slope? That's not too bad. We'll have it curve a little bit. We're not going to have it just go straight on and just be totally like flat and boring the whole way. Oh man, it's so nice. Like when I was thinking about building this volcano, I was just dreading it because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to redo everything. The Endermen are gonna take it all. That burden of, oh, out of moss. It's been totally relieved. So I think pathways are important. And what I've done here is you kind of go up the side of the mountain and it automatically guides you into this part, the straight part of the path. And potentially we might have another way going up the mountain there. But I think what's important with pathways, and maybe this is just me, but I don't like pathways just for the sake of pathways. I want a pathway where it's simple enough your brain automatically knows where to go. So you don't have to think about it, but there's something else interesting to see. So like basically you can walk down it really easily and look at something. Or do something. Fight, I guess. Ooh. But like in this case, we can either look to the right and there's going to be a sloping thing down eventually. So we'll be able to kind of see the shape of the mountain, which will look really cool. We also will have the option of looking over to this side. We'll clear these trees out. So we'll actually be able to see that house, the farm over there, the rest of the island. Once we get past this mountain, we can also see like the sugarcane farm and stuff. And the other thing too about this path is because of the way it is, you don't necessarily identify it as a path. You just automatically go this direction, right? You like walk up here and because these 2 blocks are there, they say the path of least resistance is right here. And so rather than going up here or climbing up this thing, if you're on autopilot, you just walk this way. Well, by the way, I mentioned this when we made this thing first, but this like terrace pathway was actually Jade Sprite's idea. And then we're kind of expanding on it. But the other thing too about this path that might seem like simple, but I think is actually pretty important is the fact that we have a cliff and then nothing. I'll actually like extend that down eventually. But for now, we have this like very big contrast, which I think is interesting. And also it just makes sense. Like if you've ever gone on the hike, you know, there's usually a side that's safe. It's like up the mountain, and then there's the side you don't want to slip down. So yeah, it just makes a lot of sense. And one thing that's important to me with this path is that we link it up with our other path here, because I actually find myself walking this way a lot and going up this path. So if it is directly connected to the mountain, I'm just going to find myself walking up the mountain, which A is going to be cool, and B will probably eventually be functional if we're like filling this with, I don't know, farms or who knows what we'll put inside there. We're not putting it full of blocks, that's for sure. I'm not placing all those blocks. Okay, here's what I have. I sort of made the mountain the way I liked it first, and then I tried to just adjust the path like they were trying to build it up as close as they could. So there's sort of like a support here, and it's just kind of continuing the same as normal. And you can see the height sort of changes in response to the mountain. And so I feel like this is a decent transition. I can't get past these. These things, they make it feel like a hiking trail, which is not the goal here. I want raw mountain, and that's what this is. We'll add grass and stuff later. But for now, we're just shaping it. And this is pretty nice. And it's really nice to be able to just like sort of sink into the building of it. I mean, simply put, we don't have to worry about the Endermen stealing the moss anymore. And you'll notice I'm doing something kind of weird here. Instead of clearing out what was there before, I'm building over it. And this is a lazy thing that I'm making sound like it's intentional. And the idea here is to basically do like sort of an archaeological setup. Like if we ever break through this area, we'll be like, oh yeah, there was this tree and there was a path that went through the tree. Oh yeah, I remember I used to use this diorite path. And so there's a little history buried in there because I don't want to break it. Oh boy. All right, it's starting to look really nice. We actually have a curved pathway that goes up that way. And there's sort of a hidden pathway here. Well, not hidden, but like it's actually guiding you. There's like these edge pieces. And also hidden lights. Get your last look at the half chest. And pop. Oh, and I suppose you notice with as much progress as I've made, there's not really that many flowers here. The Endermen are kind of shy. But it is a bit of a different feeling hoping for an Enderman to show up. It's kind of new. Usually it's like, ugh, get out of here. Stop messing up my area. The problem is it's more likely for an Enderman to teleport down than it is for them to teleport up. Like, you know, on top of a mountain, for example. Let's check our flowers and ender pearls here. Oh, we got quite a few flowers left. It's not too bad. Oh, and still over a full barrel of ender pearls. Very good, very good. Okay, so it's not too fast. I'm really hoping an Enderman is going to come to the surface. Hi. I scared him. Would you like to make the island more beautiful? If he places that flower... Oh, what? He just got a new flower. He placed it! I didn't even see that. You shall be our second gardener. I didn't even notice it because it doesn't make any sound. Endermen place blocks quietly. Very cool. They do it. It's rare. They're not just going to be filling up the whole island with it. But, you know, when one makes it to the surface, then he might just start making it a little nicer. That's cool. Turn the destroyer into the gardener. And with that, I think it's time to end this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a pretty awesome... Wow, he's gone already. I really did like improving our island's safety. Or not even really safety, just sort of peace of mind and not having to worry about an Enderman just taking a block and making this look absolutely ridiculous. I really like the solution of giving them flowers so that they don't take blocks. On the off chance that he places one, it's going to make the area look just a little bit nicer. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a lot of fun to make, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. So I'll see you in the next one. Later.